So I found this awesome spot where this huge spruce tree has fallen down, and so I'm looking here at the ground, curious what's going to take hold in here, what's coming up, what's going to grow. And from what I can see, it looks like hemp nettle to me. And there's plenty of hemp nettle over here. And I also know there's some stinging nettle in the area. This is hemp nettle seed right here. But I'm going to go for a walk over there where I know there's some stinging nettle. And I might just find some seeds and bring them over here. Ooh, looky, looky, we're getting warmer. This is stinging nettle. And there's some there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. It's a good little stinging nettle patch in here. So I just need to find some of last year's stalks and try and find some seeds on them. So these are last year's stalks laying down here. They've been trampled by the moose that are hanging out in the area. So I see these are stinging nettle. So I'm just going to sift through here and see if I can find some seeds. Here we go. I finally found one stalk still standing, and it's got lots of seeds on it. Yay! So I'm going to bring this stalk over to where that downed tree is. I'm on my way to bring stinging nettle seed over, but this colt's foot flower caught my eye. First one I've seen this year. That's a colt's foot flower. The flowers come up before the leaves do. Cool. I was able to dig up one little nettle plant with the roots on it still, so I moved that over here, and then I sprinkled a bunch of seeds around. So going to just kind of spread them out a little bit, tamp them down a little bit, and I just kind of stuck the sticks in the ground here so it catches my eye when I come here. I remember where the spot is that I put them, and I'll be here to check on them, see what my babies do. That's interesting, the little moth was just here when I was doing this, because that little moth is significant to me. Okay, besides the nettles in my garden, this is the first patch that I've come upon this season, and I didn't come prepared for them. I have a bag. Normally, if I have my foraging bag with me, I have a pair of scissors in it, and then I hold the top of the plant, and then I snip the stem, and then I just drop the top into the bag. I don't get stung just from grabbing the top leaves like this. Most of the stinging hairs are on the stems. But what's awesome about stinging nettle is, see, there's a couple sets of leaves here, and then they alternate, and there's a couple sets of leaves here, and then they alternate. So if you come in, leave a couple sets of leaves at the bottom, and cut above those bottom two sets, you can take these nettle tops. These tender tops are delicious. You can dry them for medicine, tea and stuff, or just saute them up. They're awesome. So I'm going to go along and I'm going to pinch off some nettle tops and put them in the bag so I can finally have a little bit of a nettle feast tonight. So if I come back here, or when I come back here, this is a local spot to me, there will be new branches, or new stems, I mean, coming out from these little, is it nodes on the leaves? I don't know the technical terms, but anyways, a stem will come up from the one leaf node, and the stem will come up from the other leaf node, And then basically you'll have 2 stems of stinging nettle growing up instead of 1. So actually you're kind of making more by trimming them at this point. So there we go. Little boat stinging nettle. If you're looking for it, when they're at their early stages, when they're just coming out of the ground, you'll see something like this coming up. Oh, it just got me. And often it'll have kind of a purple or reddish tinge to it when they're just coming up. There's still a bit of purple on the tips of the leaves, but when they start to get a bit taller, you'll see they have square stems. Well, considered to be square. They almost look like layers of stem, and then opposite leaves. So you'll have again, I don't do technical terms of plants, but there's the smaller leaves that start out at the bottom, and then it comes up, and they go 2 leaves in opposite directions, and then you go up the stem, and then there's another 2 leaves, and they're going sort of perpendicular to the first set of leaves, so it alternates which way they go up the stem, and it just keeps growing and growing. And then there's like I said, there's the little leaf nodes, and those will shoot out new stems. If this top part gets picked off, then it'll shoot the new stems up through these spots there, and they are delicious. So the stems have these teeny tiny little hairs on them, and that's where the acid is that when they poke into your skin that causes the reaction. There's a little bit on the leaves too, I think, but the leaves don't bother me at all, but my hands do get a little bit irritated from when I'm picking a whole bunch and they're rubbing on the stems. But there's remedies around for that too. You'll notice the teeth. They're fairly sharp teeth on stinging nettle. They're bitey. When they're younger, the leaves these are slightly rounded or heart-shaped almost. As they get older, the leaves will elongate, so there will be quite a bit longer, longer. Don't forget to let all the critters out of your greens.